Hey everybody, it's Tyler with Tyler Talks Travel Trailers, and I am super pumped for what we got in today. This is going to be a 2026 Flagstaff Microlight, and it's one of their newest floor plans. It's new, but they made this floor plan in a classic. It's going to be very similar to the 826 MBR, almost identical. But what I love about this floor plan so much, and the reason why I love that they made this floor plan, is it's going to really bring that cost down quite a bit because you're going into a 25-foot trailer versus a 29-foot trailer. So it's going to be a little more affordable, but you're still going to have that same quality of construction and all the amazing features that they offer. So if maybe the 826 MBR was a dream trailer for you, but it was just a little too heavy, this is going to be the perfect trailer for you. This might be my favorite couples travel trailer coming out this coming year, and it's available today at Albuquerque RV, and we are about to tour this thing. So like always, we're gonna do the specs first. It takes me 1 minute to do those specs, and then we'll dive inside. Let's go, guys. So the basic specs on this 2026 Flagstaff Microlight 25 MBR. Your unloaded vehicle weight is 6,313 pounds. Your cargo carrying capacity is 1,397 pounds, which brings your potential fully loaded weight to 7,710 pounds. Your hitch weight is 710 pounds. Your exterior length is 25 feet 10 inches total. Your exterior height is 10 feet 11 inches. Your exterior width is 8 feet. Your tanks. Your fresh water tank is 54 gallons. Your gray water tank is 58 gallons. Your black tank is 29 gallons. And your awning size is 15 feet. Let's jump inside. All right, guys, now that we got the specs all done, let's dive into this 2026 25 MBR. Check it out. Woo, boy. Tell me this thing is not nice. Like I said, this is almost an identical floor plan to the 826 MBR Classic. Go ahead and shut these real quick so it goes through the ducts. So almost identical. The thing that I love about this floor plan so much is the front kitchen. And I love kitchens because I like to eat. So if you're like me, this is the kitchen you want. Look at all of this counter space. It is crazy. Lots of extra prep space. This does have 2 slide outs. Your one slide will be right here, and then you have one in the bedroom. It's framed out right there where your theater seating is and your refrigerator. But as you walk in, as you see, you got the nice bar stools. I think this is amazing. I would prefer this over the dinette any day. You know, there's situations where you would want the dinette, but I'm not going to probably want to have to sleep people. If you're not going to sleep anyone, why not get this set up? Because it allows you to have so much more ability to cook in this kitchen area because you could use this as counter space. I love these bar stools. It almost looks like Surveyor bar stools. So you got 2 bar stools right there. They latch in, so when you're going down the road, if you're new to the channel, I do a lot of measurements, so if that's important to you, stick around with me. I measure things out for you so you get a good idea. This bar table area is going to be 24 by 50. So nice big area to eat dinner, 24 by 50. One thing I do want to point out with all of your countertops, they are all going to be solid surface countertops. They are not Formica. It's not gonna like warp on you or anything like that. There's no T-molding, so it's a nice solid countertop right there instead of having that Formica. In the kitchen area, here, look, I'm gonna take you on a tour of this insane counter space. Look at all of this. So lots of great room to cook, lots of great storage, so you can literally bring all your appliances along. Lots of cabinet space over here to the left. So these are deep, real deep cabinets. This is gonna be 15 by 30 and 24 inches tall. And then you go down below, 15 by 30 and 14 inches tall. And this one will be 15 by 30 and 17 inches tall. So floor to ceiling storage right here. Nice pantry, whatever you need to store stuff. You got a place to put your snacks, and if you notice, there's a nice doorway right here so you could access it from the outside. You do got to be careful with this because you don't want to bang up the refrigerator, Check it out. They gave us drawers. Might not seem like a big deal, but a lot of these companies, they forget to give you enough drawers for your utensils. So a nice drawer right there for your utensils. I thought I measured these. I must have forgot these. Sorry, guys. So 2 drawers there. This one is a little bigger. I know I measured this one 11 by 11 and 8 inches deep. So a little bit bigger right there. Got some more storage right here. Easy access to your plumbing. Right underneath your sink. All your stuff to do your dishes and stuff like that. Check this out. I love that they're using the magnets versus the rolly pins. Those rolly pins tend to stretch out over time. And the last thing you want is for those to stretch out and then you have your dishes all over the ground when you get to your campsite. Nice big farm style sink. I know it's not a real farm style sink. That's just what the industry calls it. You got a nice drying rack right here. Flip these over. You got your stainless steel sink. I wish this would come down. That'd be kind of cool. They put a balloon over it for the antifreeze. But look at how big this sink is. 14 by 24 and 8 inches deep. Nice big sink. You can actually fit, you know, your pots and pans in there. Sometimes they make the sink so small, you can't, you know, clean your pots and pans, just your plates. So you'll definitely be able to clean all the dishes in that big sink. You got plenty of plugs throughout. You got 2 there, or yeah, 2, well, a standard plug with 2, standard plug with 2, USB and USB-C. Plenty of storage even up above, almost wall-to-wall storage. I love that glass inlay. Looks good. So all of this up here is going to be 15 by 78 and 12 inches tall. So it goes all the way to the wall back there. I don't know if you could tell, but that's a nice spot for plates, bowls, cups, things like that. One thing I want to point out is all your cabinetry in Flagstaff is going to be real wood. It is not paper wrapped, so it's not going to peel on you. Out here in New Mexico, that paper wrapped stuff really starts to peel over time. So this is going to be all real wood cabinetry. To the right, we got another little hidden, well, not really hidden, but a little storage area, 15 by 15 and 16 inches tall. So tons of storage, no shortage. I think I even missed this one down here. You got another one down below. So, oh, I didn't miss it. 13 by 23 and 18 inches tall of storage right there. Check out the hidden hinges, nice and sleek. There's no hinges exposed. You do have a plug right here as well. So if you're sitting at the bar table area, you need to get some work done, put your laptop right there. You got a convenient plug. Moving on, you got your microwave. Pretty standard. It is not a convection because you do get an oven in this. You got your light fan combo and your stovetop. So like I said, you can utilize all of this as counter space. So see how this top part is? If you had to, I really doubt that you would need to use that with all the counter space. But when you're ready to cook, flip that bad boy back. You got a backsplash for the grease, 3 top burner. You got your fancy lights and a decent size oven. So you cook a turkey in there. And this goes down to another level. Some people buy extra trays, so you can do that if you wanted to have 2 of those. Ugh. And then when you're done cooking, flip this back. You got a knife holder right here. You do have a window right here, so when you're cooking, you could see out. And then you do also have the front windshield, which I love because it lets in so much extra light. If you're cooking or doing dishes here, you got a nice view. Hopefully a little better than that. This just comes down and then it magnetically sticks. I can't do it with one hand, but it magnetically sticks to that. Up above, check this out. Look at these new lights they're doing. Woo boy, touch lights. How cool is that? And you got the recessed puck lighting, so it's nice and flush throughout the entire trailer. Even these bigger lights. These ones are not touched, but you can dim them on the control panel in that closet right there that we'll get to. Behind me, you do have your 10 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator, and you can open it this way. You can open it this way. How cool is that? And these things cool super fast. So when I plug my golf cart up to it, literally in 15 minutes, you're gonna see this thing getting cold already. Versus the gas electric, you know, you have to put them on the night before. Down below, you do have your freezer. Real deep freezer. You have this tray, it almost goes up to my elbow. And then you have this little tray right here. One thing I do want to point out with all the appliances, these are all name brand appliances. You got Magic Chef for your fridge. You got, trying to move slow, Magic Chef for your stove and oven. You got Magic Chef for your fan and light combo. You got your Magic Chef for your microwave. All name brand appliances. It is not pieced together with random brands. It's all good quality appliances throughout this entire coach. And to the left, you got the theater seating. I don't know about you, but theater seating is probably the most important thing for me. I don't think I'd care too much about the table, and it's positioned perfectly in front of the flat screen TV. 40-inch smart TV. Let's kick this up. So you pull these little tabs right here, and these do lean back. Check it out. Oh yeah, see? So I'd prefer that dinette. If someone comes and they want to sleep in my trailer, they're gonna have to make this work. And let me tell you, if I would not be complaining if I was staying in someone's trailer. This is super comfortable. So they do lean back. If you did have to sleep someone on this couch, it would be no problem. Try and turn you a little slow. Try not to make you dizzy. You got a cup holder here for your cold snacks, and then you have a charging pad right here for your phone. And then you have a little area right here for all your remotes and things to hide. You do have a plug right there, so if you're sitting at the theater seating, maybe you want to work on the couch, you can do that. There's a plug right there for you. Like I said, nice big 40-inch smart TV. It's got all the apps ready to go right there for you. You got your Netflix, Disney Plus. Over here to the right, you do have a little hanging closet. So if you want to put your jackets, things like that, you got your hooks, and then your control panel. We'll get into that later. This whole storage area, it looks like it's deeper, but it's not super deep. It's 9 by 24 and 62 inches tall. So not super wide, but it is tall to hang stuff in there for you. There's a lot of things with Flagstaff that you cannot see, which really helps with the quality of the construction. One thing that that a lot of people don't know is all of your cabinetry is hung with galvanized steel behind it. You might not know this, but a lot of companies use a thin sheet of aluminum. You know, now that I told you that, I'm sure you know which one would hold up a lot better. So galvanized steel behind all of your real wood cabinetry with the hidden hinges, not paper wrapped, high quality. It's made to last. What do you guys think of this front kitchen? It does add a little weight. If you are limited with weight, the front kitchens tend to be a little bit heavier. Just pointing that out for you guys. All right, let's move on to the bedroom. I did forget to mention this has a 15,000 BTU AC, and it is all ducted. The great thing about that is if you're in the bedroom, you can actually close these. Check it out, pushing the wrong side. So you can close these, you can open them and turn them. And the benefit of that is if you're in the bedroom and you just want all the cold air to go there, you can close all these and push all that air to the bedroom. A lot of companies, they don't allow you to, or not allow you, but they don't give you the option to actually close those and push the air where you want. Lots of great windows over here, and they all open so you can get a nice cross breeze coming through the trailer. Let's go into the bedroom. This does have a sliding door, which gives you a ton of extra room versus the swinging door. Check out this bedroom. Oh yeah, tell me this is not like a hotel suite on wheels without the bed bugs. Lots of storage. This is a queen size bed. In the 826 MBR, they do give you the king. Queen's not bad. It gives you a lot more space to walk around it, so it's easy to make the bed, easy to get in and out of the bed. And just to give you a reference of the side you have on the bed, so you got 10 inches on each side to get in and out of bed so you don't have to disturb your partner. Yeah, you got your two windows over there so you can get a nice cross breeze going if you're hanging out right here. You do have a lot of storage over here behind me. You can almost bring the whole wardrobe along. You got a little area, like a area to maybe put a TV, but you can hang one. This area right here is 15 by 43. So a nice area to fold clothes, things like that, or put your TV. If you did want to hang it, you can hang one right here. But if you're obnoxious like me, you want to get the biggest TV, I feel like putting it right here would be a nice option, because then you could put a massive TV versus something that's a little smaller. There is a window right here that is going to be your emergency exit, so you can see out while you're kicking back at the bed. So I guess putting the TV there would cover that, but no big deal. You do have 200 watts of solar and an 1800 watt inverter, at least the way we order them. Some companies or some dealerships do not order it with tons of options. We order them fully loaded. So because it has the solar and the inverter, some of your outlets are actually hot. It's kind of hard to tell, but it says inverter circuit right here. What that does is basically you can use these plugs without being plugged into a generator or shore power. And a lot of these plugs are like that. Like the one on the kitchen area right there, the one over here by the theater seating. How convenient is it if you're on the road and you just need to charge something really quick? Those plugs are gonna come in handy, I promise you. You do have a 12 volt plug right here, so if you got a 12 volt TV, that also allows you to not have to use a generator or shore power to watch TV. That TV will be a 12 volt TV, so it will run no matter where you're at, whether you're plugged in to a generator or not. Lots of great drawers for socks. This is gonna be 12 by 13 and 5 inches deep for these two drawers. This one is a little deeper, 11 by 11 and 8 inches deep. So that's a nice deep drawer right there. Let's see if these are soft close. Oh, soft close drawers. How about that? So all of your drawers are soft close. Over here to the left, you got some more storage that goes all the way across. Put my arm there so you can get a reference. 14 by 59 and 17 inches tall. It goes all the way over there. So this top one and the bottom one will be 14 by 59 and 17 inches tall. So this is that other area. So it goes all the way across underneath the hanging wardrobe. And get this, the first micro light that actually gives you washer and dryer prep. How awesome is that? I had a bunch of people last year, they were like, man, these micro lights are perfect, but they don't have washer dryer prep. Well, now it's ready to go. And if not, they have the hanging wardrobe set up for you, so you can hang clothes in here if you do not want to put a washer dryer, but you do have that option. There's the plug. This storage is huge. You're looking at 24 by 32 and 44 inches tall. 24 by 32 and 44 inches tall. Turn you around. You do have more storage above the bed. I don't think I measured those. Check it out. You got some fancy dancy lights right there, reading lights. They do have USB plugs in them as well. So if you want to charge stuff, as well as some nice little end table right there to put your phone if you have to. I did not measure these, but they're a little harder to reach if I'm honest, but the added storage is nice. Maybe things that you don't use as much, you could put up there. Down below, you do have more storage. Look at that. And I forgot to measure those, dang it. So you have two big drawers right here. These ones are huge, massive. From my elbow to my fingers is about 17 inches, so pretty big. Definitely, that's 17 inches right there. Do you notice something? You notice something? That's right. Look at all of that aluminum framing throughout. So a lot of companies, they'll say they're aluminum framed. You got to ask the sales guy, is it 6-side aluminum framed or is it mixed with wood? Because if it's not 6-sided, you know, then you're paying for wood. It's good to know what you're paying for. 6-side aluminum framing means the front wall, the back wall, both side walls, the roof, and the floor. But Flagstaff is one of the few companies that really does aluminum frame everything. Most companies, they will do all of that aluminum framing, but underneath the bed, they'll do 2x2, wood framing right here. Whereas Flagstaff, they will aluminum frame all of that. If it had a dinette, it would be aluminum framed. If it had bunks, it'd be aluminum framed. So if you're looking for a high quality built trailer, completely from top to bottom, side to side, Flagstaff does that. You got to imagine when you go to sit on your bed, or you're putting your shoes on and it doesn't have that solid framing in there. I have seen people crack their dinettes and their bed. So just something to consider. Sometimes paying a little extra might hold up a little better. It'll cost you less in the long run because you're not having to fix things. One thing I did not point out, it's kind of hard to tell because of the video, it's on video, but this is a vaulted ceiling, so it's actually rounded. And there's a lot of benefits to that. For one, it gives you a lot more of interior height, which is going to be 6 feet 8 inch interior height with that vaulted ceiling. It also helps when it rains or snows or anything like that. You're not going to have that water pooling on your roof. It's just going to flow off. You don't have to worry about water damage on the roof. Well, I'm not saying never, but it definitely helps having that vaulted ceiling. So your interior height is going to be 6 feet 8 inches or 80 inches of interior height. You got plenty of vents in here to bring that AC back to here. Moving on to the bathroom. This is where one of the differences is in the 826 to the 25 MBR. As you can see, you got the sliding door, so it gives you a lot of extra room. Check it out. Tell me that is not a good sized bathroom where you could actually get out, dry off. Probably hard to tell on camera, but I measured this all out so you guys can get a good idea. So in the 826 MBR, you get dual vanity. So it's the extra 5 feet that you're getting, you're really just getting a bigger bathroom. And me personally, I'm not hanging out in there too much. So I would prefer the smaller unit at 25 feet versus 30 feet. It just gives you more ability to get into harder places. So mainly what you lose is dual vanity, and the interior height is a little higher in the 826 MBR. But you got a good size sink. Little bit of counter space. That's just some antifreeze I need to wipe up from the factory. Nice metal faucet. You got your plug right here, so if you want to bring hair dryer, straightener, things like that along. Back here you got a lot more counter space, so you can put your toothbrush holder, soap, stuff like that. You do have your medicine cabinet, pretty standard. And your linen storage right here. Tons of storage, floor to ceiling, almost, because that is where your filter is down there. So lots of great storage right here for all of your towels, bathroom essentials. You're looking at 12 by 26 and 12 inches tall for each, these three right here. 12 by 26 and 12 inches tall. So it goes pretty far back. Down below, this one is a little bigger. You can definitely put plenty of toilet paper in here. 12 by 26 and 21 inches tall for that storage right there. No shortage of storage in the bathroom or the kitchen. If storage is important to you, I mean, you have so much storage throughout this entire unit. You even got the nice underglow on your sink right here. It does not have storage because your water pump is back here. That's kind of how you access it. They just keep it nice and clean, so they put this panel here. A little bit of storage right there. And you do got a good quality porcelain throne, baby. Let's sit on this. I encourage you guys all to do this when you're out looking. Shut the door. Sit on this commode. Make sure it's comfortable, because the last thing you want is a toilet that is not comfy. And I think most of you guys are going to be comfortable. From the toilet seat to the door, you got 20 inches of knee room. Look at that. I could almost stretch my legs out. Turn you around real quick. Hopefully the camera doesn't follow me. It probably is. Check it out. I'm not like the buffest guy, but I feel like most people will be comfortable. You got plenty of wiping room right here, both sides. So not bad. I give that a thumbs up. Pretty good room for the commode. If we are looking at this floor space right here, Like if you wanted to get in and out of the shower and know how much this area is right here, you're looking at 20 by 37. So I feel like you could definitely get out, dry off, do what you need to do if you want a little extra privacy. Man, I'm running out of room. Where do I put these? I got to remember to take all these sticky notes out because customers come in and they're like, what the heck? Look at that. Let me know if you like the measurements. It's a lot of extra work, but I feel like a lot of people, it's hard to tell with these videos. So measuring it kind of gives you a better idea. As you can see, a nice big shower with the tri-slide door. This just goes over and then this comes up. And the great thing about the tri-slide door is you got 3 panels and they have gaskets on each one. So it seams up really good. You do not need to worry about water seeping out and getting all over the floor. And also it gives you a lot more room to get into the shower once you have those 3 panels right there. I did measure this shower pan. Let me show you for reference. I am 5'7", 155 pounds. I could take like one big step for mankind. But the skylight definitely gives you a lot more height in here. That helps. If you're curious what the height is for this, from the shower pan to the skylight, you're looking at 6 feet 6 inches. So if you're 6'7", you're going to be through the dome. You're going to be able to look out while you're showering. I don't think there's too many people 6'6" out there, so I think that is plenty of height for most people. 6 feet 6 inches. Your shower pan is going to be 28 by 30. So like I said, one big step for mankind in that shower pan right there. Over here, this is a really great feature for dry campers. If you're someone that likes to dry camp, I'll kind of pause right there. So what this system does is it actually circulates the water. When you go to take a shower, you sit there waiting for the water to get hot. You're wasting it until it gets hot. So once it's gone, you can't get it back. It's in your gray tank. The benefit of this, if you have no hookups, is it'll circulate. You flip this down, it'll circulate the water. This will change like a grayish color so you know it's hot. And then you flip it back up and then it'll shoot the water out. So really, really great feature. This has a 54-gallon tank, which is huge, but water does go fast when you start taking showers and, you know, waiting for it to get hot. So that's a really handy feature if you're someone that's, you know, out hunting, you're not at hookups or anything like that. Definitely keep an eye out for that feature. Overall, pretty nice bathroom. You do have a window, but it does not open, which is kind of a bummer. That would have been cool. But if you have to, if it's real stanky in here, you do got the big fart fan, baby. Look at it. You can't tell, but the blades are massive. It's got 4 speeds and a rain cover over it. So it'll really suck that air out. You know, even if you just want to pull some of the fresh air in and the old air out, you crack those windows, turn this bad boy on, and that's what that's for. Or just with condensation. What do you guys think? I give the bathroom a thumbs up. I think it's just perfect. I think the 826 MBR is a little overkill for me. This is just right. This is all I'd need. 25 feet 10 inches and plenty of room throughout this entire unit. It is perfect. Over here in the control panel. The control panel. So this is where you'll operate everything. It is Bluetooth, so you can control all this stuff from your phone, which is pretty sweet. You got your awning, your water heater, water pump, all that good stuff. But one feature this thing has is tank heaters. So what that is basically every tank has a heat pad on it. So your fresh, your gray, and your black. There's a lot of ways, or not a lot of ways, there's 2 ways that you can keep your tanks from freezing. Enclosed and heated underbelly, or tank heaters. I personally would prefer the tank heaters because if you're out, you know, hiking or you're out on the town, you're going to be wasting all of that propane to keep your tanks from freezing because you're trying to keep that underbelly heated. With the heat pads, they're 12-volt heat pads. So it's going to constantly keep those things warm, and you have solar on the roof, so you do not need to worry about it draining your battery. And what's cool about Flagstaff's heat pads is they go on automatically at the freezing temps and then off once you're above freezing temps. So really nice way, you just turn those on and then you don't have to worry about it. It'll go on and off on its own. So like I said, me personally, I would definitely want tank heaters. It is still enclosed and heated. So this does have an enclosed underbelly as well. My camera is now following me. Hold on, stop following me. There we go. This technology is too fancy nowadays. So one nice feature I wanted to point out, that is a great one if you're someone that camps in cold weather. Travel mode, travel mode. Travel mode is a very nice thing to consider. It's not a game changer for me. It's not a deal breaker for me, but for some people, they do want to see that. So we'll put one slide in. We'll put them both in. Let's put these slides in and show you what you can and cannot access. So like I said, your slides are right here. These are going to be a rack and pinion slide system, also known as a through frame slide. These are very, very solid slide systems. You do not really need to worry much about these. And the great thing about these slide systems is you can put them out partially. Some slide systems, they do not recommend you putting the slides out partially. You either have to have them all the way out or all the way in. And you're going to see why I think that's a huge benefit in this trailer. So there's that slide. Put this slide in. Man, I love this floor plan. I really think this is the one I would go with now. I really liked the 25 DK. They stopped making it. I love the Murphy beds, but this does not feel like a 25-foot trailer. It really does feel like a 30-foot trailer. It's super spacious, plenty of storage, and there is your slides in. So you got both your slides in. So if you really had to, you know, if you're driving down the road, you need to stop off, take a nap, you just got to put it out. If you need to use the bathroom, like I said, this is a rack and pinion slide. So just put it out partially, get to the bathroom, do what you got to do. And then the same goes for the refrigerator. If you need to get to the fridge, just put it out partially. Not a big deal to me. If the floor plan is more important to me, I think I wouldn't care too much. Let's put these back out. So as you could see, put it out a little bit and then you can get by. See, like right there, you could easily just get by. Didn't have to put it out all the way and you could still get to everything nice and easy. As well as the fridge. Look, I held it for literally 5 seconds and now you can access everything. So a real easy trailer to get to everything, but it is not like a perfect travel mode trailer if you're someone that wants to be able to access everything instantly. This floor plan is perfect for me though. I love it. So now we'll go outside, show you some of the great stuff out there. I think I covered pretty much everything. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button, baby, because I can't put every single detail in every video because it'll be like an hour and a half long. So I try to pepper in different stuff in every video. So definitely check out some of my other Flagstaffs if you are considering one of these trailers. One thing I did not know that these did, and I've been sawing these for like 8 years, I did not know, like if you hold this button down, check it out. Oh baby, you can dim the lights in these. How cool is that? Oh, I went back up. So if you wanted to, I was always like, why don't they allow you to dim the lights? And the rep came and showed us. Really cool. So all the lights can be dimmed if you want to get a nice relaxing ambiance going. You just hold that button down and bring those lights up or down. It's pretty cool. All right, so let's go outside. Show you some of the stuff out there. So this does have the screen door. Do you want to just keep this open? And I will pause right here just in case I miss anything, but I'm going to try to cover everything for you guys. You can pause it. Man, this thing is just loaded with some great features. I didn't even talk about the way they make the roofs. They actually use a T-track and they slide the roof panels in place versus some companies, they staple everything together and you'll go into them brand spanking new and you'll see trim like hanging off the wall. There's literally no way you will see roof trim hanging off the wall on Flagstaffs because they go above and beyond and they put those panels in, slide them in on that T-track. It is just top to bottom, I'm telling you, a high quality product. You got your electric tongue jack up front, little fancy light right there so you can see what you're doing. two 30-pound tanks, dual battery box with the battery disconnect. So if you want to shut those off, you got your nice shield right there. Your stabilizers on micro lights. Like I said, stabilizers, they are not levelers. Usually you only get auto level on the super light or the classic. So these will just be stabilizers, but really easy. You don't have to crank them down, and they'll stop on their own once they hit 50 pounds of pressure. So no worry about having to forget to stop them at the certain time. You can plug in an additional solar panel right here if you want to daisy chain it. Like I said, 200 watt solar and 1800 watt inverter. I have not had anyone have to upgrade because it's not good enough here in New Mexico, at least. Ooh, look at that. Look how they're painting their furnaces and everything. It's all nice and white. Even the water heater's like that now. One of the new things they're doing. Different decals. Just looks really sleek. It almost looks like the E-Pro color scheme now. Right here, you got your potable water right here. Like I said, 54-gallon tank. One thing I do want to show you is these steps. So you might see these steps a lot, but they are not all the same. Flagstaff, I'm telling you, does the best for their customers. As you can see, you got a little gas strut right here. And what that does is, check it out, one finger. 60 pounds of metal right there with one finger. So you don't have to worry about dropping these on the dog, the grandchild, whoever's running in and out. You got that gas strut to kind of assist you whenever you're coming in and out of the trailer. Definitely keep an eye out for that, because like I said, they're not all the same. Nice lightweight grab handle that goes flush with the door, and it goes all the way to the bottom step. Look how easy that is. So real easy. Bring this back down. Huge awning with the LED lights right here. This does have frameless windows. Might seem like a small little detail, but there is no gasket. So you don't have to worry about the sun beating that gasket and it starts cracking and peeling, and it's just not good. It starts hanging off. So one piece glass. These windows actually open like this. So that way, if it's raining and you leave a window open, you don't have to worry about water getting inside the trailer. So it's kind of like pops open like that. Down below, if safety is important to you, this is some great safety features all in this area. So it comes with a Goodyear Endurance tire right from the factory, so a good quality tire. It's got Dexter Never Adjust Brakes, or I should have said Never Adjust Brakes by Dexter. A lot of people don't know this, but you're actually supposed to adjust your brakes after a certain number of miles. You have to adjust them. I did not know that. These will adjust themselves. It's got a torsion axle, automotive grade independent suspension. So if you look right here, see how there's no leaf spring? So each side will actually flex. So it's gonna be a much smoother ride, and you gotta imagine how much is that gonna help the frame of the trailer. You know, if you hit a big pothole, that's gonna absorb a lot of that shock transferring into the frame of the trailer. This does have balancing beads in it, so it'll keep your tires balanced. It'll help them last longer. So that's what that is right there, increases tire life. It does have a TST tire monitoring system. So there's a sensor around the rim, and then you get this screen that goes in your vehicle, and it'll alert you if your tires are getting hot or low. You know, when you get a blowout, it could be catastrophic. You know, it could total it, it could be bad. So having that nice tool to monitor your tires is huge. So really great safety features right there if that's important to you. Good quality tire, never adjust brakes, torsion axle, TST tire monitoring system, and your balancing beads in the tires. Bam, baby. All safety stuff right there that I think is a huge pro to this brand. One thing that they got away with on the 26 models is they did get away with the griddle. Bah, I know. Some people weren't using it, so I could see why, but they did give you the little railing for it, and we can order that for you, no problem. But they did discontinue the griddle. But your LP connection is right there where that tag is, if you did get that. They stayed with the tried and true 6-gallon water heater. Sometimes there is pros and cons to tankless water heaters. So tankless water heaters tend to not do very good at colder temperatures, and they also tend to not do good at higher altitudes. We're almost a mile high up here in New Mexico, so sometimes, you know, might as well, if it's not broken, why fix it? They stuck with the 6-gallon water heater. If it was a benefit or better for you, I'm positive they would have gave you that tankless water heater. You can put your TV right here. And then you do have hot and cold water right there. And then this is for your jacks in the back. And get this, you actually still get a ladder. One of the few companies that aren't just prepping it. It's like, just put the dang ladder, give it to us already from the factory. So this does come with the ladder already ready to go. It is a fully walk-on roof, so you can get up there, check your solar. This is a TPO commercial grade rubber roof. I believe lifetime warranty on that. This does have a receiver on the back. This will hold 300 pounds, so if you want to put a cargo rack or anything like that. You got your 30 amp plug right there. Like I said, a through frame rack and pinion slide system for both. This is some storage right here underneath the bed. Just magnetically sticks with the nice luggage latches. I measured this out for you. So this storage area underneath the bed is 49 by 54 and 17 inches tall to the aluminum. And then you have all of your manual cranks, just in case for some reason the slide, you could put it in with this, and then your tongue jack. The doorway, if you're trying to see what you could fit this doorway, is going to be 14 by 42. So that's some good storage right there. Stick with me because I'm going to talk about the construction on the walls. It's very important. You got another storage, and this thing goes up forever. Look at that, I can almost stand in this thing. 13 by 26 and 68 inches tall. So really good storage for fishing poles, chairs, things like that. It goes up all the way. One thing I always tell customers to do is when you're out looking at trailers, push on the slides. You'll be surprised. Some of the companies out there, you can literally push the slide in and you could see this is a solid slide. This is that storage that I showed you in the kitchen that you can get to. Nice little area to grab stuff that you might need randomly. Tools, maybe some tools. That's a good area for tools. One thing I really want to show you about this construction, because not all companies do it, like most of the Flagstaff. A lot of people, they cut corners. You see that? Composite construction. See the bubbling on that trailer right there? See the mold, all that stuff? So, the way they make these walls is it'll go fiberglass, then it'll go Luan, then it'll go the rigid block foam, and then it'll go the aluminum. So some companies will use Luan, which is just the thin sheet of wood that goes across the whole wall. Some companies use that composite material, which is impervious to water. So it is a waterproof material, and you got to imagine these things are going to be out in the elements, you know, pretty much year round unless you have indoor storage. So having that extra barrier that is waterproof is really going to help with delam issues. When you've probably seen it when walls, they start to bubble and get wavy. That's because water has literally gotten in the walls and now everything is separating and delaminating. So not only is it going to help with that, but it's also going to help with mold, mildew, all that stuff that could potentially happen if it were to get wet. The crazy thing is Flagstaff double layers this composite material. So they put it on the outside wall and the inside wall. So there's no shortage. There's just little things that you cannot see that Flagstaff does. So I hope I mentioned a lot of things that answered your questions. I love this brand. This is probably my favorite brand on the lot. I'm very biased. If you're considering one, get out there and look at one. I think you'll be very impressed with the quality. If you're new to the channel, first of all, hit that subscribe button. Also, I'm located at Albuquerque RV in Albuquerque, New Mexico. As you can see, we got nice big skies out here. So if you have any questions at all, call in, ask for Tyler. Say, hey, I want to talk to that annoying kid Tyler from YouTube. They'll pass it on to me. Or if you put in a lead on our website, please just ask for Tyler. You have no idea how much that helps me. If not, we're on a rotating list as sales guys, so you could end up with someone else, which isn't a bad thing. It's just, I want to help you, you know? So call in, ask for me if you have any questions. Also, check out a lot of my other videos. I have almost 300 videos, and I do a lot of Flagstaff, and they are not all the same. I try to pepper in different stuff, so that way you get a better sense of the quality on all of these units. I got another one behind me, so stay tuned for that one. I'll try to do it tomorrow. But yeah, call in, ask for me, subscribe. I hope you guys have a good evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys.